We are sorry to have kept you all waiting, but as you can probably guess from the title of this video, the big trip that we've had planned is that we are going to be driving to Cape Town in Sofia.
Yep.
Yeah, all the way from Cornwall. We're going to be driving down the east coast of Africa and ending up, in Cape Town. I'm Cheska, this is Ben, and this is our little hitchhiker River. We all live full-time in our self-converted sprinter van Sofia, travelling Europe and beyond in our tiny home on wheels. Freedom, adventure and a life on the road. Subscribe and join us for the ride, with new videos every Sunday.
So the idea came about in December last year, and we've spent the last 8-9 months trying to iron out all the issues that we're going to have, plan the route, plan upgrades to Sofia.
Yeah, the logistics of actually shipping there.
Yeah. What happens with river and border crossings, what we need for border crossings, things.
COVID happened,
so that completely threw everything out the window.
For a little bit,
yeah. But then we thought, let's just carry on planning.
Yeah.
So it's been not only a hectic year with what's happened, but we've been travelling and planning this.
Had this on the back burner.
Amazing trip.
Yeah. As you can imagine, there is a lot more paperwork involved driving through Africa than there is through Europe. So it's taken us quite a while to iron out the kinks and decide where we want to go and what we want to do. But we have finally decided on a route that's going to take us from Cornwall in the UK all the way down to Cape Town. We'll be driving from Land's End in Cornwall, the UK, over to France, where we'll make our way through Slovenia to the Balkans, driving south to Greece, where we'll ship Sofia to Egypt. From here, we'll be driving down the east coast of Africa, exploring Sudan and Ethiopia into Kenya. We'll make our way through Tanzania and Malawi, into Botswana and Namibia, finally rolling into Cape Town, South Africa, over a year later.
So why have we decided to try and drive to Cape Town?
Yes.
Are
we mad?
Are we mad? Are we stupid? Are we crazy? Probably all three. And it all started when we were in a Airbnb for Christmas last year. They had a massive world map on the wall, and we knew Europe travel was going to be coming to an end with Brexit and everything. So we wanted to find a route that was going to really push us.
Yeah, we wanted to kind of go out of our comfort zones and go on like a big adventure / journey, didn't we? Yeah,
really something that was really exciting. We were looking at the map and we thought, maybe we should drive to Malaysia. And we spent a lot of time backpacking, nearly 2 years backpacking around Asia, and it was fantastic and we loved it, and we would love to go back there, especially in Sofia. But we weren't 100% sure. We looked at Canada to South America. You've been to Africa a couple of times, haven't you?
I've been to Africa a few times, and for anyone that's been, it's the kind of place that just kind of gets in your blood, and I've always wanted to go back. And then we just said, why not? And the more we talked about it, the more the other options just didn't matter, and it just became, let's do it, let's drive to Africa.
Because if we go to Africa, then from Africa, or South Africa, Cape Town, we can go Malaysia way, America way, and come back one of those routes if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But we've not planned that far, so we've literally only planned to Cape Town.
And then we'll see what happens.
And we'll go from there.
And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, and it's going to be van life like we have never experienced before.
Yep.
We're going to have to be on a kind of schedule. We've had to tie things around visas and seasons and rainy seasons and stuff. So it's definitely going to be a bit more of a kind of structured route through the countries, and rather than just kind of like taking our time driving through all the different parts of the country. But that's what makes it exciting, and
yes,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
We plan to ship Sofia from Greece to Egypt, or Alexandria in Egypt, in October. So what we're in now?
So just under a year.
So 11 months from now. The reason we're going so late next year is, as Chess was saying, because of the seasons. So it's ridiculously hot in Egypt
and
Sudan before that, and around October time the season starts to change and it gets a lot cooler. So it's better to drive and to stay, isn't it? So so October is
if all goes to plan. And as you can probably see, this is why we're needing to make some upgrades to Sofia to get her ready for some African roads.
So we're going to address a couple of questions that you might have for the trip so far.
One being COVID, obviously.
Yes.
Which is obviously a major concern and definitely did kind of...
Well, it put it all through a big spanner in the works, isn't it?
Yeah. But there's a lot of people that we know and that we've spoken to in our planning who were already in Africa when COVID hit and kind of in the middle of their kind of cross Africa trip, who are now going back, and we're kind of getting updates on the road and stuff, and it looks like a lot of borders are opening up again and travel is looking a lot more free throughout the continent. Obviously this could change and we're just going to be flexible, have an open mind, and we're just going to take it as it comes, which is pretty much what everyone has had to do this year anyway.
So there's no point stopping planning a trip for we don't know what's going to happen. So
it's a long way away still.
Exactly, it's still a year away getting into Egypt, so we'll still plan it as if we can, and if we can't, we can't. So
we'll just see what happens.
The second one would be the current issue that's going on in Ethiopia at the moment,
which is right on our route.
Yeah, which will affect our border crossing from Sudan into Ethiopia. Again, things can change within a year. It might die down, things might get a lot worse. We don't know, but again, we are keeping an eye on it. We do have another option, but something if we have to, we'll explore later on. But as it stands, we'll still go from Sudan through to Ethiopia. And you might be wondering about River, and she will be coming with us. River will be travelling all the way to Cape Town through all these countries, cross continent.
I've checked, she is able to get into each country that we're going through, and there was somebody that I was chatting to on that Facebook group who goes through Africa, the west coast of Africa, which is kind of a little bit more difficult with like 5 dogs and a cat. But yeah, we've done a lot of research and a lot of planning around taking River, and she is fine to come with us, so that's really exciting.
So we spoke to a lot of people on Facebook groups and blogs who've already done this trip very similar, and they've been so helpful. They said there's no problems in doing a trip like this. Obviously, Sophia's not 4x4, but they said people have done it in motorhomes, people have done it in estate cars. One person, I think from Plymouth, from where I'm from, went from Plymouth to Cape Town in a Porsche.
No, it's in this book that I recommended. Some of you might remember from a vlog ages ago, I was reading this book called Hit the Road. I also mentioned it on our Instagram, and it's just a beautiful photography book with stories of people who live in vans and stuff all around the world and all the trips they've done. And in here is actually, let me see if I can find it. In here is a section of a guy called Ben actually, who drove an old school Porsche from Plymouth of all places down to Cape Town. And I didn't realise this when I bought this book, and by this point we were well into the planning stages, and it was awesome to read, and that was that. I just thought I'd mention that in case you did get this book. We also thought this would be a great time to finally set up a Patreon page where if you want to, you can support our channel a little bit more. We'll be offering things like stickers and postcards from places that we're going and stuff, just as our way of saying thank you for supporting us.
But you don't have to. We'll still be putting out videos every Sunday.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. No change there. It's just something a little extra if you're interested.
But and now I think we should go through our upgrades and our layout and let you know all the changes that we're making to Sophia to get her Africa ready.
Let's go to Sophia. So when we were speaking to people about the trip and asking for advice, the one thing that so many people said was, if you can, raise your vehicle. Raise your vehicle and new tyres, better, bigger tyres. So we are having a lift kit installed in Sophia, which raised the van by 50mm, and we are having bigger, larger Meteor tyres fitted as well.
Alright, so our biggest expense on the Sophia upgrades is that we are actually going to have aircon installed in the cab. This is just because the heat in some places that we're going to experience is going to be incredible, and even in like a hot UK summer, it can get really, really hot in this cab. We have got no aircon whatsoever. And while me and Ben might be like just okay with it, with River, it is just going to be way too hot. So we're getting a company to fit aircon in the cab, which should make driving and stuff through Africa a lot more comfortable.
So the next thing we're doing is we're having 2 new windows fitted. I think one window fitted here and another fitted here, and they're going to be full windows with sliders and fly nets attached as well. Because we wanted to let more light in, be able to airflow a lot better, because as we found just with that little one there, it got really hot in here, doesn't it? So, and when cooking and everything, so it made sense to add a couple more windows. So
in our original build, we have the Fiamma turbo vent fan, which is shite, and I would not recommend it to anybody. It is very loud. It has one setting, which is and then that's it really. So we're going to be getting a new fan. We're going to be getting an Air Max fan, and yeah, just upgrading the fan and, like with the windows, the ventilation system inside the van, so that we can get a lot more airflow through and a lot more light, just to help keep it a lot cooler in here.
So the lift kit, the aircon and the windows, we're getting people to fit for us.
Okay, so one of the things that we've learned from living in the van for a year is that by having a fixed bed, what we gain in time, like 2 minutes, by not having to kind of make it up every day, we lose in 6 foot of space. And especially after having River, we've realised how little kind of livable space we have in the van, and we definitely wanted to change that. So we are going to convert to the dark side, and we are leaving the fixed bed, and we're going to be changing it into a U-shaped seating area here that then folds down into a bed at night. We're going to have a nice big table here that allows us to work and everything, push it down at night, and then it changes into a bed, which I think is going to be much better suited to us and frees up all of this space then in the day, which is going to be much better, and also just help again with the airflow through just having that space. So here where our sofa used to be, we're going to be installing a Nature's Head composting toilet. Especially in Africa, we're not sure how easy it's going to be to empty like chemical toilets. It's much easier with compost. It's much better for the environment as well. So we're going to invest in a Nature's Head composting toilet, which is going to be in situ. At the minute we do have a cassette toilet, but we have to take it out to use it. This is going to be in place, and we're going to be having like a little curtain here that kind of divides the kind of kitchen area and the living area. So yeah, that's this kind of section and the changes that we're making there.
Sorry. So we are going to change the kitchen slightly. The kitchen's going to now start from here, so it's not going to overhang the step anymore. And it's going to come round into an L shape. Probably, I think we're going to say finish about here. So we've got the sink here, some space there. We're going to change our cooker oven to just a grill and hob. So we didn't really use the oven a massive amount, and we probably won't when we're away. And we're also going to upgrade our fridge from, I think it's a 45 litre fridge to an 80 litre fridge, so that we can carry a bit more food on the road. After losing the garage, we had 3 items that we weren't sure where we were going to be able to put. And they were the supboard, the outdoor table we've got, and our ladder, so that we can get up onto the roof to see the solar panels. So we've decided, and this is a very crude makeshift example, that here we are going to have a cupboard that I think we said is going to come at least to here, where at the bottom we can store, you know, the supboard, the ladder and the table, then have some shelving. And then here, up here will be where our 12 volt system is. So we have our 12 volt system, our MPPT, our battery to battery charger, and our Wi-Fi. And then the batteries, and I'll run down probably over there where they were originally as well. The reason why we're moving most of our electrics up here is because if we need to change anything, it's a darn sight easier to be up here rather than when it was in the garage and we were trying to get in all the cramped spaces.
A few of you were asking whether we were going to have a shower cubicle in the van this time, and the answer is no. We're probably just going to have a shower that we can attach to the back and have an outdoor shower, but we don't want to have a big shower cubicle. So we don't personally feel that we need a fixed shower in the van and that it's worth all the weight and the extra space that it takes up, and we'll be quite happy just to have one out the back, because the chances are we wouldn't use it every day anyway, so it's kind of a lot of space and a lot of weight that we're kind of not using. So we're going to probably have a small kind of gas shower maybe, we're not sure yet, on the back will be perfect for us. And more importantly, is having kind of a fixed toilet, I think, is probably one of the major things. And yeah, so we're not going to have a shower cubicle, but we are going to have a shower still. Does that make sense? So I hope that explains what we've been up to the past couple of weeks and why we've been ripping the van apart. But yeah, that's our news, and I hope you're as excited as we are.
Yep, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be nerve-wracking, it's going to be well out of our comfort zones, but it's going to be an amazing trip, hopefully. So,
and that is what adventure is all about.
Yes, exactly, yep.
I think we're going to leave it here. I realise there's a lot to take in this video, but we just also wanted to say that next week we're not going to do a video, we're going to have our first YouTube live hangout Q&A session thing. It's the first time we've ever done it, but I think this is the perfect time because I'm sure you've got a lot of questions. Yeah, like I said, there was a lot to take in this video. So the live stream is going to be at 6 o'clock next Sunday.
Yeah, UK time.
Yeah, GMT. Be lovely if you could join us for that one.
Yeah, hopefully see you there.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to follow along on this new chapter. And yeah, we shall catch you next Sunday. Bye. Guys.
Going to Africa.
I don't know what to say.
No, I don't know. It's one of those things. You're not going to say it?
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The big trip that we've been talking about is... I don't think.
Stick it out, work it out, oh.